Good morning to all of you. Good morning, as it is 29th of July 2020, class 12th, subject economics. Our today's topic is causes of increasing returns to a factor of production. Dear students, as previously we learned about law of variable proportions, this law, as we have already learned, states that fixed factor and variable factors of production, when they are collectively used, they lead to production of some some assets or production of some commodities. Here, let us try to know the cause of increasing returns to a factor of production. It means that under which conditions a variable factor of production, when it is assembled or when it is mixed with a fixed factor of production, how does it lead to increasing return, or how does it lead to maximum production? So far as the causes of increasing returns to a factor of production are concerned, they have been categorized under three four headings. First is fuller utilization of the fixed factor of production, fuller utilization or optimal utilization of the factor of production. Second, second it is better coordination between the variable between factors of production. And third, it is increased efficiency of the variable factor of production. Fourth, it is availability of resources. And fifth, skilled manpower. So far as the first cause is concerned, it is fuller utilization of the fixed factor. As we know that fixed factor is, for example, machinery. When we install a factory, when we start to establish a firm, land is already there. We make use of capital, that is machinery. But machinery in the initial stage does not yield us the required result unless it is supported by labor force or manpower. So in the initial stage, machineries, our contribution towards production is negligible unless it is technically supported by the labor force. Hence, efficient labor force will lead to increasing return to that very fixed factor of production. Okay, then we are having increased efficiency of the variable factor. As we know, labor is a variable factor of production. As an entrepreneur wants to increase the production level of his firm, what he suggests for that, he makes use of more and more labor force. But this induction of more and more labor force will lead to specialization of that very branch. Hence, division of labor is created there. When division of labor is created, it will automatically it will lead to maximum production. But the restriction is that the labor force should be technically aware, or they should be skilled one. So this skilled labor force or efficient use of this labor force will lead to increasing return to that very variable factor of production. Okay, then better coordination between the factors. So long as fixed factors remains underutilized, additional application of variable factors will lead to greater degree of coordination between fixed factor and variable factor. Fixed factor, as we know, is capital, that's machinery. Variable factor, as we know, is labor force. So the coordination between the two is possible only when they are making use of their these resources in a judicious manner, or in what I can say, when they are having technical support. Consequently, the resources for which they are going to produce a commodity, that will be fully utilized, and it will lead to increasing factor, to that increasing return to that very factor of production. And availability of resources is one of the important thing. The resources should be abundant, resources should be available, so that the production level of any factor of production is possible. And skilled labor force is the pivot around which this whole activity of an industry or of a firm depends. So skilled labor force will also lead to increasing factor of a variable factor of production. So this much is enough for today.